This super fast Pathfinder you see in the background was my successful League starter back in 3.23 Affliction League. With 350% movement speed on my fully upgraded League starter, I was able to progress pretty quickly while also engaging with the challenging League mechanic. This is despite my mediocre play skills. You can run away from any danger and you can engage from a distance,
ensuring our descendants have the means to return to greatness!
Now since this was my first build of 3.23, I made no use of charms in this build. I didn't even notice my second and third Wildwood passive points until the second week of the league. This was one of the fastest and smoothest builds I've ever played. So what did I farm with this build? As mentioned in my previous videos, I was cruising through labs and heists with almost a full uptime of my utility flasks. It literally felt like a mage blood as soon as I got the instilling orb for use when charges reach full. But how do we maintain full flask uptime? So every small notable from the passive tree and ascendancy points contributes to this. From the gear slot, all you need is this 20% flask effect duration and this cluster jewel with spiked concoction. You can just get it by just spamming alterations on any of these jewels, or even with harvest rerolls of attack modifiers. By the time you get the ascendancy point, Master Alchemist, you should be able to sustain your utility flask most of the time, and you don't even have to corrupt them for more than 20% quality. When it comes to the choice of flasks, my requirement for the build is speed. If you want to focus on defenses, go for Ruby, Sapphire and Topaz. For modifiers, you will need elemental resistance as the build is a bit squishy with uniques in gearing. Try to get the 25% increased effect once you have more than enough flask sustain. The life flasks for all my league starters will have immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood. The faster recovery you get, the better. And since we have infinite flask sustain, go for it. The ideal choice for your weapon is the shortbow series. Flat damage does not scale with this build. You should look for attack speed, gem levels, increased chaos damage and damage over time multiplier mods. Same with the quiver except you don't get the gem levels there. The unique items are completely optional but are very cheap to obtain. I prefer Carcass Jack because Toxic Rain can scale with overlapping pods. 35% increased AoE is more than enough to get this stacking. This is why I have set a minimum of 4 overlapping pods in the configuration settings. This is a massive damage multiplier for Toxic Rain. If somebody throws a value here without enough AoE, skill effect duration and attack speed, you need to check out why. Mana cost of skills is another important thing to address. You won't have access to these non-channeling mods until you obtain a few unveiled rings from the Syndicate or the Ritual. So you'll need enough mana reservation efficiency from the passive tree to run a level 10 clarity with grace and determination. You cannot leech with this build, so until you have enough mana with leveling, you can either use an enduring mana flask or skip determination for a high level clarity gem instead. You can also get reservation efficiency and reduced mana cost of skills from rare crimson jewels. Either ways, you will be able to fix this entirely as you level your character to the endgame. Next question is, how do we get 15 stacks of Withered debuff? With this build, it's very easy, and we have multiple sources. Our Withering Step skill is like a fast 15, but it loses its effect pretty fast as well. But the main sources are from our Ascendancy point, along with 5 Ballista totems with Withering Touch support. And if you're using Toxic Rain of Withering totems, you don't actually need anything else. Elusive is a temporary buff we get from the Withering Step. Onslaught is from the Silver Flask. Alchemist Genius from Spike Concoction in the Medium Cluster Jewel. Leveling this build is extremely smooth and easy. Caustic Arrow is pretty overpowered in the early acts. Make sure to add Toxic Rain with Ballista support once you get it. You can get away with some extra flat damage at these stages if you don't have a bow with gem levels or damage over time mods. You may swap Caustic Arrow to Toxic Rain as your main skill once your single target damage falls off. Keep the other Toxic Rain with the Ballista support. If you get your hands on Toxic Rain of Withering, this is pretty powerful with the Ballista support. I have also mentioned the step-by-step leveling in the POB. If you're not hardcore, set your priorities on the damage nodes first. Toxic Rain greatly benefits from skill effect duration, but too much of it is not good for the build. It should be enough to have multiple pods overlap at the same time. Too much of skill effect duration will delay your attacks. You can go through the node section for the leveling guide. And if you want to further upgrade this build, make sure to check out my original video from the Affliction League. And thank you for watching.